Okay, there we go. Hey! Hang on. It is... Shish. 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 Shish, I think. Dzień dobry. I remember that. Hang on, I'm gonna try pronounce it again. I think I got that wrong, right? Bueno. Okay, here we go.
Cześć.
Sześć. 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 Sześć.
Cześć.
Sześć. Not bad. Even better, huh? Ch at the beginning. Cześć. Shit. Ah. Cześć. 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 Oh my god. Cześć. Sześć means six. Ah. Okay. Ah. Hey, Moya. Okay, right, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Cześć. Because cześć kind of sounds like say in Italian, which is six. My Google is telling me that I'm being hacked. Oh no, Moyes, quick! Log out of everything, change all the passwords. But yeah, we've done a little bit of work, Nania. We have a new thing where if we unpause the game, it crashes. So we've literally spent the last couple of streams paused, which is why the population's still 83,000. But been detailing this area, and I've actually downloaded these new assets. They're Cliffs and Rocks by Georgeske. And it's I think it's looking pretty good. We'll ignore this. This is my work in progress. You can work over those circumstances. Yeah, it is tough. Definitely annoying, but we're pushing our way through in face of such absurdity. No, not absurdity. That's the wrong word. Adversity. Absurdity. Close enough. But yeah, this is all lumber related, or at least the large factories are all related to timber in my mind. And it's okay. Polish people are the only ones left with XD still in use. Really? I haven't seen or used XD for it must be a decade now. I remember it was really popular back with I guess texting before you had the little touchscreen thing. You'd use the old 1 through 9 on the phone. Official phone manager virus detection test, and no viruses were detected. Huh. I reckon change the passwords anyway, Moya, and then maybe a clean install. It sounds like something's going on. Just back up your pictures and important files. Moya uses it a lot, huh? Man of culture. Hmm? Moya's been frozen in time for 20 years. 20 years ago, too old to use that. Yeah, now it's all emojis, and the thumbs up react to messages. My favorite thing to do is just like my emote. Well, like nobody calls them emojis either anymore. It's emotes, right? Like my emote combo is the smiley face and then a thumbs up, so it looks like a dude, just like that for my messages. And nobody's complained so far, so I'll keep doing it. Instagram was hacked a few weeks ago. I think something's crawled its way into your phone, maybe, Moya. My mum sends me emotes like that. Even today, yep. My dad likes to send me the one with it's like the glasses and the nerd smile, and then a thumbs up as well. Said it was from a virus-free website. Huh? Wait. Official phone manager virus detection test. Use that website so many times for editing. It might have been hacked. Check. Moya, what's the website called? Have I been PWNED? And then type in your email and see what pops up. Because then it'll tell you which, if your email has been compromised. Shitty skylines? Oh no! No world map. Never. You wouldn't say about this. The oldest city skylines to save. What does that guy say from 2B2T? The oldest Anarchy server in Minecraft. She used to send me with an X, but later found out it's not a kiss. With the cross eyes, the dead one. Not the Fit MC reference. Yes, it's infiltrated its way into City Skylines 2. The oldest save in City Skylines 2 history. And we even have our own version of Anarchy. Look at that, we've ticked every box, world map. My Google's like, take this test, but it tries to make me buy storage. I don't know, I've never had that before, Moya. I don't think that's legit. From Google. Oppo. Yeah, I've never had Google tell me to take a test. I think your phone's got a virus. If they've got into your Insta and your Google account, I think you said before, I reckon get another device and change all your passwords on that, and then go to your Oppo phone and then factory reset it. A bit annoying and tedious, but if you've got your banking stuff on your phone, then it's best you change that real quick. But yeah, I did a little bit of work offline, and I have started introducing cliffs to my City Skylines 2. Saw these assets advertised, so I'm creating a oil well / quarry over there. As you drive along, like, oh, what's that? Oh my god, look at this, it is majestic. So you got all the industrial stuff, and then the cliffs over here as you make your way to the edge of town. So I've added like a few industrial buildings here, and I've even put this up here, the particle board factory, because I saw this uses timber, and all our stuff here is timber related. So why not? We can expand our industrial complex a bit further. But up, once we go like along this ridge line, and then it becomes just like it's not going to be high intensity industrial, it's just going to be like farms and paddocks. There may be a bit of residential, so we can transition towards Henhurst Junction here and create something that's a bit more residential and commercial rather than just heavy freight industrial stuff. But we'll have, in this forest here, we'll create another lumber industry to gather the lumber for the paper industry, and to supplement all the additional industrial buildings we've got here. So it's all coming together over the course of like a month and a half that we've been building this. I even added this little bit of landscaping here. The only annoying thing is the stairs keep losing their stuff. There we go. So there's meant to be a balustrade there. Where's Anno? Where Anno? Need Anno now. Don't worry, we'll be back with Anno, maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna make a new save because I think that first run was a bit scuffed, a bit shit. Are there mods for Anno? Oh, there must be. I think, what is it called? The Thunder Store probably has a few mods on there. I mean, that's a good trade. You can handle the economy, and I can waste all of the money on fences and bushes. Yep. And all the construction resources. Where's all the timber gone? I can't build me boat. Oh, I used it for a fence, mate. Don't worry, the wall will look sick Trust me, bro. Right, and we've upgraded Grey Noise's shit pipe. So it's got a bit more like this stone retaining wall made of rocks to help just divert any storm surges as water flows down here from smashing into the shit pipe. Will be guided along. Found out about my preferred name and he called it an alter ego. Oh my god. That makes me think of calling it an alter ego. Makes me think of, what is it, like a, what do the superheroes call themselves? It's like the alternate identity, something like that. Poor Moya. We'll make the pirates pay for it, exactly. Whatever that guy's name was, he owes me a couple of triremes for what he's done. Poor Moya. Oh shit, what happened there? What's actually happened here? Okay, that might help. Came out to him, told him it didn't like my legal name. Alright, well, good luck, boy. I don't know if him saying alter ego is his way of like making light, so that is like the dad way of saying it's no big deal to him, at least. I don't know. Almost 67. 6'7". The magic number. Justice for 6'8". But what was the old joke that they used to say? Was it, did you hear what happened to 6? Or something, 7, 8, 9? Something like that. My, colossally bad memory. Hey, Deva. Do you have some room? I don't know. Let me get Albo on the line. See what he has to say. $54.56. True, 24, true. Yesterday I had a training session at work and during CPR I made fun of 6'7". I feel ashamed. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god. It immediately failed the CPR test. We cannot give this person the credential. Awful. wish it could be an unsub button. Oh my god, so cruel. So cruel, 24. Try and make this run parallel. I was not the one doing pushing, so the patient survived. Okay, that's good. That's good. Wait, so there's one person pushing, and then you're counting on the side. Is that what it was? Yo, I would not want to be on the grounds fighting for my life, and there's the last thing I see is somebody in the corner counting and doing this when they reach 6-7. Oh my god. So please, let me die. Okay, go on. Do not resuscitate. Or maybe like they'll actually give that last burst of adrenaline to survive. A temporary ban. Not allowed. Not allowed. Veto. We'll allow it. Just this once. We shall let diplomacy win this one time. Alright. Now my plan here is if there's like a lot of rain, there'll be a big storm surge as all the water drains into this creek. I guess we'll have to plan something to avoid the railway flooding. So we might need to put something a bit more robust along here. And then as the water comes down, so we'll put like, maybe we'll put some tree, like a wetland sort of set up here to capture and create like a natural barrier against any storm surge or flood waters, and then it can just sort of flow, drain down here and do its thing. Yeah, I still think I'm pretty young. I still think I'm pretty young. Flow. I mean, when we unpause 24, which might be a little whiles away, I need to refer to what do you call it? Sully's Discord for a fix. Aussie biker enjoyed November Finnish biking weather. Malaysia to Nordkap, most. Whoa! Right, so he must be done by now. Was everywhere before you. Politruck has been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I still feel like I'm 20, Nania. I still feel like I'm young. Just a wee lad with not a care in the world. Not a single worry, not at all. Oh my god. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. He was forced to spike tires. Huh. Now, did he carry winter gear from Malaysia? Did he have that on the back of his bike since Malaysia, just for that the one potentiality of needing? Nah, but okay. Because I feel like I would have done that. I would have like been, just in case, I'll bring some snow chains or whatever on this epic journey where for the majority I'm going through a bunch of what is it, rainforest, desert and jungle basically for the first half. Hey, trash can. Chiggy choo choo. Chiggity choo choo man. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to implement the Choo Choo Man thing as part of my my brand now. The Choo Choo Man. Not sure you can get winter tires for bikes in Australia. I think you can. I'm sure they're extremely expensive and will never get used. Because I mean, it does snow in a very particular part of Australia. So there is a very, very niche market for those types of tires. No worries, 24. Alright, what else can I detail today? Probably do this small space here actually, and maybe try and get started on detailing the rail stabling yard. I was actually thinking of extending these tracks out over to this space here, but I feel like that's overkill. Or is that just me? That would be a very expensive bridge. You know what, we've got so many bridges already, why not add 4 more? Why not? Do it. It's not the Jedi way. Right, and then we'll build them as bridges first, and then fix it later. We've had a moment of inspiration, so let's not squander it. Boom, 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 boom. Hell yeah. Okay, so we have the bridge segment up there, and then we can do a bridge segment down here. Let's get the angle right, huh? And we could actually, just because this angle is a bit crap for a road, how about we draw like that? Oh yeah? Does that even intersect? Not really. Okay, never mind. It was only intersecting that first one. So we'll do that. update. Oh. Let's be very careful. There we go. It intersects all of them now. And it looks terrible. Oh, what am I doing? Does this have any kind of payoff? No. Alright, we'll make it a fake road instead. How about that? Just a tiny bit. Perfect. See, now that's like pretty much a straight line, and then we can draw a fake road over here. Big brain. Big brain. Now we have it sort of extending all the way up here, which we will detail and make it look deliberate. Mr. Fake Builder. It's all a lie. You have been tricked, Polytruck. This construction hat isn't even real. Yes. I mean, true. You're not wrong. But it looks cool. Just like architects in real life, we've got a lot of details on here that are aesthetic. We're going for form over function, huh? Everything is backdrop. Yes, everything is beautiful though, Polytruck. We make it look good. Like this. Big fan of functionalism, huh? Right, we'll find a way. We'll find a way to make it function. I mean, yeah, we're making it functional. If there's train carriages parked on here, then yeah, we can say it's functional. Maybe. I mean, in real life, this would be a very important piece of infrastructure, would it not? I want to try this. Copy. Paste. Okay, and then I think we need to copy the rotation. Yes, we do. Rotate. Rotate in place. Cool beans. Copy. Paste. Behold my genius. I think I just found a way to make this easier as well. So we'll make it look like we'll make it look like there's an expansion joint in the middle there. That way we don't have to have them slightly overlap like we did there. Paste. Meow. My mouse is jumpy, probably cat hair. Well, I thought you'd say jumpy like a cat. You've spooked the kitty cat. Have one for backup. Copy. Paste. Ooh. Paste. Meow. Yeah, we needed the backup. Paste. Even though it's mostly underground, it's still good to have it. Know what I'm saying? I'll have another one here as well, just for that continuity. Know what I'm saying? Now, it is in shadow, but it just looks so damn good when we do this. And then we'll create like a retaining wall underneath. And chef's kiss. Mamma mia. And now to fill in the space in between, what should we use? If not a horizontal pillar. What's the longest one? 48, 43. Nothing bigger? 43. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely not straight. That's pretty good, I think. Pretty close. Now it kind of looks like one solid structure. I guess my next question is, do we want that, or do we want something akin to what we built down here? Because I quite like how these turned out. But everything's hidden. Oh. How did I manage to get these to be terrain conforming? Usually they're raised really high up, and then if you sink them down, they fuck up the floor underneath, for lack of a better word. Yeah, mostly all good. Say 95% recovered 24, so that's good. Still a few things, but on the mend. Which is, it is a relief. Yeah. Just making sure that the recovery is complete and we don't get any like relapses. This is what we're worried about now. Because they still don't really know what it is. So they're doing more tests and stuff, but at least it's not causing issues or pain at the moment. See, this is why I wish we were all 20 again. The vigor of youth. Now we're all old and decrepit. Does always look horrible. Well, everything apart from my train lines needs a bit of work. Mr. Trash Can. Just all this amazing, beautiful, so cool stuff. Maybe in a bit. Soon, hopefully. Soon. I need money though, man. I spent all of it on the apartment. We've run out. we went all in. I wish I knew how I got those to line up correctly. Thank you, Polytruck. The contribution is duly noted. We'll put a big banner saying funded by, proudly sponsored by Polytruck. But there is no way I'd ever live stream that, because wasn't there a whole thing about somebody live stream their wedding? Like, I think it's like almost every, if not 100% of every live stream marriage on Twitch has ended in divorce or something like that very soon after. We're not getting that bad juju. Send you salt and bread when you move into the new home. Huh. Salt and bread. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, well, we've got... We'll have to do... I'm sure there's some kind of ceremony in for like a Chinese ceremony for like moving into a new place. I think there is. Everybody needs salt and bread. Was it white gold? I think they called it back in the day. The salt. Is there a Romanian moving in tradition? There must be. There has to be a Chinese one. Something like feng shui related. Alright, and we'll put the gravel surface over here. Because my mate, he moved into his apartment fairly recently, and he had he's Chinese, and he had a whole like moving in thing. So there must be. Probably have to set up a little shrine in the corner so we can put the incense in for good luck and fortune. We all need that. Okay, we've filled in the spaces in this bridge structure, but now it kind of looks a bit empty, like it's missing something. What does it need? What have we forgotten? Maybe we just leave it. Can we recolor this? No. Silly. This line should hopefully be actively used, as well as these two. That one there, that one there, and this one would most definitely be used. And then we have trains pulling into the station here. So, Polytruck, it will be functional. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines connecting here. So, all is good. All is well. I hope. Because I do want trains that are arriving to also pull into here and get used, which I think they will. If we set up a... Oh, it might be overkill having a line direct from here to here. That was sort of like be a bit shit, I think. Because I think the space from here to here is the length of one train anyway, so it'd just be like ping pong, bouncing here to here, back and forth over and over again. I think that would look a bit crappy. Do we need something in this space? Do we need a fence? perhaps? I think we can build a fence. Just a really simple chain link fence. Just to help denote which property belongs where. There. There we go. Bread and salt are traditionally used to welcome guests. Slavic tradition that has spread to neighboring countries. Ah. So it's not actually Finnish, is it Romanian? There we go. Incite an argument. I wonder if they do it in Poland too. Yes, I know, but I'm trying to start shit in chat. See, that's how you get the views. You got to incite drama. Maybe. Want that to go down. I don't want this to connect to the... Too late. Yep. Sheet. If I build here, does that separate it? Oh, get ready, flashbang. Oh, there we go. Now that the UI, everything's like crushed together, I keep accidentally clicking photo mode instead of the move it button. Unacceptable. Literally unplayable. Can't believe they've done this. Drama is truly starting now. Fight. Okay, so the drainage ditch here, the concrete reinforced walls will eject the water out this way. Ejecto-cedo, cuz. Yeah. And then down here, I want to turn this into a bit of like marshland. But I'm not sure how to... Well, what could I do to make it look marshy? Because we did try and build a wetland over here. Hens wetland. Maybe we can take a page out of the map maker's book. Because it's literally all of these trees are just half sunk into the ground. And then we can mix in our own is linden and wild green bushes. I think we could get that maybe working. So we'll have two marshy areas, one here and another down here. And it'll make it a nice transition to the edge of the map, because can't really build anything right on the edge. I think that'd be a bit not great. It won't look that nice. So let's have a crack at using the new disable growth and harvesting. Used to play warships, often said, give me your copper wires or else. All your copper wires belong to me. I'm sure he'd say something, if somebody's net dropped, he would have probably said something along the lines of, I've got his copper now. Pepper these in. Yeah, apparently, even oil's not doing too well, which I thought that would be the opposite. But I think the price dropped or something, which was a big surprise to me. I may have heard that wrong though. But man, everybody who's got an electric car at the moment is probably laughing. Oh, please don't break the game. I'm moving too many trees at once. It's struggling. Cheers, Duke, for the follow. Thank you kindly. Oh, I just realized I am very dumb. Don't say we already knew that. Don't say that. I put all these little bushes down and then just got them all underneath the terrain. All right, we'll clear out all of these and start from scratch. We can fix this pretty quick though. So we'll clear out all of the vegetation. And place them as thick as we can in the immediate vicinity of the waterway. And then we use move it. Grab. Bro. What is it doing? That was a bit odd. Did it try and select every tree on the map or something? Do you think they should be laughing because others are going through a hard time? I mean, yep. But stock market has a lot of psychopaths in it. People who want to be psychopaths. Sorry, but not sorry to all the Wall Street bros. Oh, it's when I hit the edge of the map is when it goes a bit funky. Okay, this might be easy. Control H. Okie dokie. And then we can delete some of the trees. It'll be thicker closer to the water, and then the further out it goes, the more spaced out it becomes. Vegetation? I'll never forget that clip. My brain just stopped working then. I don't even know what happened. The idea is I'm trying to make it so that there's like a bit of a transition between these heavily forested areas and then other spaces. I'm not the best when it comes to vegetation, so we'll give it a crack, and if it looks like crap, then we'll just accept it. If it doesn't, then we'll gloat and talk about how good I am. Nobody will notice our pollution now, no. We're creating a microclimate here. Thank you. Thank you, 24. I know I'm always right. That was never in doubt. And then we'll add in, just for shits, my brain stopped working again. Just for shits and giggles, we'll add in some palm trees. I mean, palm trees are located near the water. Never mind that this is inland. More bushes. These kind of look like a mangrove wetland, right? It's extremely bright though. I need to figure out what the graphic settings are to make it look like the old city skylines too. Since the update, everything's very sharp, but also like the saturation's way off. Just looks a bit funky. And it gets very bright very easily, which hurts my eyes. us as devs to only use AI. So if your card payment ain't working, don't be surprised. Ah, thank you for the heads up, 24. I can't wait to be told that payments are failing and that I owe money for late bills or whatever. Something completely out of my control. Where's the water draining? Down here. We'll do this. And then we got a few of these big ones, the big lads. Write my name with trees somewhere. Oh my god, 24, dude. What are you? Where could we put it? Maybe over... Where was the Mr. Beast Pokemon Arena? Up here. Where's the edge of the map? There. No, we want it to be visible. We could do here. Do we have landfill? Now we want something that's visible. There we go. 2. And then we'll do 4. Landfill with dead trees. Oh my god. Now how do we write 4, huh? Up or across? I always do across. I want letters. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Alright, we'll start up here. This is gonna end up looking like, what is it? Don't open Dead Inside from The Walking Dead. Here we go. So when the people fly in on the plane and they're looking down, they go, "What the hell kind of city is called 2024-4?" Get 5k points to write 2 digits only. Cost effective. I just realized that. do we keep that typo in? 24. You know, this is the local dialect. It's actually this is how we spell English in Harrison Field. This is how we spell 4. Yeah, it's fine. Hill 24, we'll call it. Make a district. Wait, district creation tool. So I think this entire hillside, for now, until we subdivide it, is going to be called Hill 24. Do I own this district? Yeah, we must. You must. I feel like it would be the most like unproductive district, though, in terms of like, how do you build on this? Just one house at the top, and the entire hill is reserved for Lord 24. I feel like we could do what Hen showed with like New Year's and have it the side of the hill light up. We'll make a space program. Carry the rocket uphill. We'll roll it uphill. Just 1,000 people pushing it up the hill. Like Sisyphus, but if it starts rolling back down the hill, we have a catastrophic problem. Very big problem. Hey, Steps. Thank you for the follow, man. Thank you. $20.24.4. That's pretty good. Alright, and we'll start placing down the train carriages here, huh? So once we put a few vehicles in this space, we can sort of figure out what we want to do with it all. I feel like every single one of these props are going to have to be rotated slightly. Kind of sucks. We'll get it good enough, and then we'll leave it as is. There we go. All right, so we'll have maybe 4 grain carts. Now I'll have to think about how to use my plot of land. Well, my original plan for that area, 24, was to have like lots of houses and stuff sort of dotting the hillside where it's buildable, and then maybe just like have the rest of it as like a national park or a hiking area. I think that'd be pretty cool. Ooh. There we are. Something dystopian. Oh my god, on the hill? Prime real estate, we gotta make it terrible. No way, bro, no way. 2. Then... Ooh, fishing boat. That's cute. Train carriages, there we are. That'll make it easier to sort through. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then forestry cars. And we'll make it like this is an actual train. I am researching how to do it, 24. It's very difficult. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. So apparently it is feasible. Having the thing update, but with my current setup, it doesn't look like it can be done. I have to change a few settings and swap out a few things. Don't give away my secrets. How did you know? How did you know, 24? We'll have to circle back. Can we take this discussion offline so that we can hash out the details?
Get that up here.
Alright, let's quick save. F5. And a glass of water, yes. Now, you never say that you're starting 24. You have to imply that you've been working on it diligently for an extended period. You never want them to think that, oh, he's had how long and hasn't done any work on it yet? No. That's how you get in trouble, 24. That's how you get a strongly worded email. Email. I've been working on getting started on working to start working. Now the trick is, if they ask any further, then you say, how about we organize a meeting just to discuss the progress that's been made so far? And then that's when they go, another meeting? Screw that. And then they just say, okay, it's fine. A meeting to discuss the agenda of another meeting? No, thank you. You gotta play them at their own game. And plug this thing in. Move that over. There we go. So there'll be all of these cargo things in the sidings here, and actually reserve this little bit of track here so we can make a custom shunting train. And we'll try and make it look like those retro diesel shunters that keep getting linked. I think Porkchop linked it last time. So we'll try and set that up here. I think it'll be cute, look nice. And then it will make it look functional, Polytruck. It will look functional. It may not actually function, but at least it will look like it functions. Let's see. We shall see. Polytruck will be the judge of that. There. Look at that, we've even lined up the little couplings. Attention to detail. Oh my god. And now these ones are blue, so these ones will make green. Green and red, actually. We'll have a Christmas train. Just because it looks ridiculous enough that it could actually be true. But yeah, so as you're on a high-speed rail and you're zooming along, you look out the window. What's this? What is all this? All these sidings full of railway carriages? Oh, we're merging onto this way and off we go. I think that's pretty... that looks alright. Ignore the lag as I was going past. That's because there's so much stuff it has to render in. So many details. Some oil cars. Oop, not that. I want the prop. This one. So we don't want them to just be sort of like the bridge, at least, to be completely devoid of vehicles on it. Oh, what's happening? Quick save. Now, I've tried the passenger train props, but they always seem to bug out, so I don't know if I should use them. I think it'd be safest just to stick with the car props. I mean, it does say prop. So maybe we can take a risk. And we'll use the American one. No, we'll use the European one. They look kind of more. They look more in line with the Aussie intercity trains. And they specifically say prop, so. There we are. Soninho. Hey, man. Hello, hello.
Bruh.
Alright, if we're using these, do we need taller? Yeah, we'll use these, the double deckers. I mean, Sydney uses these types of trains. Train carriages, I should say. And then we'll flip it. Watching from Brazil. Obrigado. I think that's the right word. Yes. I am learning. Same way as I'm trying to learn Polish. I could say hello, but everything else is difficult. Deselect that, and then make the carriages kiss. There we go. Mwah! That one there. One there. This one goes out to here. There we are. Now, can we? Yes. There we go. So we've got a complete train there, waiting on the side. And we can put another one here, but then in the back space here, don't think I have forgotten, put even more props. We have thought of it all. Just for a bit of variation. There we are. So we have like the more complete train set up at the end up here, and then as you get back towards the back lot, it all is just sort of random shit that they haven't sorted out yet. Oh. I looked at the camera there and I saw I was like this. Super bad posture. But what we'll end up doing here is sort of the same as what we've done over here. Just add like lots of decals and little road markings. And it'll all come together. This little wetland's pretty cool. I think it's turned out alright. We'll mess around with the surfaces and stuff as well, just to make it look extra damp, dank, something like that. But we have an extra drainage line here, so we'll decorate that as well. Basically, just have a big swamp there. Kind of a drastic change in biome with all the pine trees and then immediately becoming like swamp land. So I'll figure out how to better design the change in ecology. But we'll figure that out. Might actually have to look at New Zealand and see what where their wetlands are and how they look. Because I imagine there is such a thing as a cold wetland. I always think of, like, when you think of a swamp, you think of some place that's like very humid, right? And New Zealand is not that. Or not warm, at least. So there must be like some comparison that I can draw from. But that should be fine. It'll be a nice little challenge to add on to this. One, two, three. Oh. There we are. Now just make sure all of these couplings are connected properly. There we are. Two, three. This one needs to be flipped. Scam Altman said he needs a feature where he sells intelligence as a utility, just like electricity. I mean, probably not a utility. It would be a service. Like, I feel like the internet connection was started as a service and became a utility. I don't know about AI. I think eventually it will become like something that's relied upon. But I think there's a ways to go before then. Just saying things to get more money, exactly. Just hyping up the product to try and get more shareholders and more funding. Can I vibe code an AI? Is that a thing I can do? And it'll be specifically designed to give you the wrong answer. I'm here to encourage critical thinking. If you blindly trust what the AI says, then that's on you. You're telling me I'm paying $50 a month for the AI to give me the wrong info? How different is that from right now? From how the AI acts right now, huh? Not at all. I've got this red train and a yellow train. Very nice. And it's lying on purpose. Oh, I've seen a video of that. Oh, that's the saddest thing I've ever seen, 24, those alpha boot camp things. It's just like some dumbass yelling at a bunch of gullible dumbasses. Hey, Bagnaria. Obrigado. I think I saw somebody was talking shit about it, rightfully so, and I think they said that those people paid like $800 to be yelled at and then do some push-ups and sit-ups on the beach. It's like, jeez. That's some of the easiest money ever. Got that for free in the army. I'm trying to think of something quippy, witty to say, but like, it's just sad. Not the army thing, but that alpha boot camp crap. It's like, how astray have you had to have gone to think that that is a good idea? Or like, how... When was the last time that they've talked to a human being that's not some bot on Twitter or whatever? It's probably like... so strange. It's so strange that like that whole sphere is so weird, and then like how easy it is to like for people to fall into that trap, because like YouTube Shorts and stuff and TikTok especially, it's like, it's the moment you like open YouTube Shorts, you'll just see something that's got like that kind of... It's never directly that, but it's like it builds up to that. Like the algorithm feeds you like the very, very light version of that. And then it like builds up from there. I think it's like you'll be looking at like, I want to know how to do a certain exercise at the gym, and then you type that into Google, and then you go through like 1 or 2 shorts like going through the exercise, and then it like feeds you something where it's like, are you tired of being small? Or something like that, and then they like they feed you like little snippets, and it builds up until it's just like, do you hate yourself or something like that? The only way you can't hate yourself is by signing up to this boot camp for $800. It's very, very insidious. And weird. Very weird. Because what somehow the algorithm is like deciding that is content it wants to push. But there must be some kind of psychology behind it, because I imagine the algorithm's not that smart. I think it's in terms of like, what is the agenda we want to push. I imagine it's just like what gets the most engagement or interaction, and then they just push that. Unless the algorithms are just that like insidious. Which is even more terrifying. Oh, we gotta do this little trick that we've learned. So we want to lock the height of all the props we've placed. Make that circle bigger. This is actually a good way of checking, like, what have I built and what is new. There we go. Lock those down. And then we'll lock these down. There we are. So if we start like messing around with the terrain, it won't like adjust all the props and stuff. The moment you pour resin to finish the diorama, exactly, Magnaria. Exactly. Thank you for teaching me this trick, because it's definitely saved a lot of time and frustration from me. I like build a whole bunch of stuff and then it just gets like stuck. Okay, we'll detail this now. So, these trains are pulling in. What do we actually need here? Maybe we could put down a few of these structures. Is there enough space in between? No. Critical error. Put them too close. What other rail-based props can we mess around with? We don't need one of these. There's too much, man, too much. think we just... Oh, this might be good, actually, as like a thing to help the train drivers hop on and off. Don't like here. We'll have one here, and another up here. And we'll sink it down. That way it's actually like in line with the train door. Mind the gap when boarding or alighting from the train. Generally don't follow anything which is based on algorithms except YouTube, because I can't do it otherwise. After 1 billion blocks, YouTube recommendations are still shit. Yeah, exactly. It's like you can't... You try and train it to like... You say like, I'm not interested in this. Don't recommend me this channel. Don't show me content from this channel. It still does. And because I guess it's just like... There's so many of these channels. It's like... impossible to avoid them, I feel. Like to confuse the algorithm, search for something nonsensical. Yeah, like I try and make it so it just recommends me like construction things, stuff that's like adjacent to that, or city skyline stuff. And every now and then it'll sneak in something. Morning. Got a meeting in a couple of minutes. We'll have to put a pin in that, hippie redneck, and we'll circle back and take the discussion offline. It'll give us a chance to hash out the details and then socialize the findings at the end, so that we're all on the same page. Don't forget to shift your paradigm. Now that is a special one. We're shifting our paradigm after extensive review of the company values and the next steps forward. We've redefined our key values and performance indicators. What does that mean, boss? It means redundancy. Ugh, why is that not lining up? Yeah, I was... Don't recommend... Oh my god, 24. Oh my god. Make sure that the matter can be resolved by email. Well, that is every meeting. shift everyone's paradigm. Rock up to the meeting, just I remember it was some people actually got very angry with it, but I found it hilarious. We had a guy come in, some doctor guy, or he had a doctorate. He wasn't actually a doctor, but he had the doctorate in some specialty, and we brought him in to a meeting to discuss like how this part of the project's going to go forward and what he needs to do and what we need, like the information he needs from us. And then mates in the meeting, you hear the microwave bell ding thing go off in the background, and he just stands up and walks over to the microwave, like as the head guy's talking to him. He stands up, walks off camera, comes back with a bowl of macaroni and cheese that he heated up in the microwave. Camera on, he just sits back down and starts eating. I thought it was hilarious, but the head project engineer was pretty pissed off. I'm just like, let the man have his mac and cheese, dude. Brilliant, exactly. We still talk about that too. Oh, so good. When I reach his age, he's like 50 something. I'm not gonna give a shit anymore. Optimizing the time, exactly. He's demonstrating his ability for time management and multitasking. Go into meetings with a sarcastic, grumpy attitude. Have to bring everyone down off their pedestals and down to reality. Exactly. So many people jumping in thinking that they can like just boss everybody around, and if they complain loud enough, then they'll get fixed quicker. It always ends up being something along the lines of, we had this discussion before. you know the reality. Why are you trying to bend the laws of nature to your will? Have no F's left to give, exactly. Don't give it at 45, and I can tell you it's refreshing, yes. Because the work will get done. Just have to be a bit patient. Especially if they're the project manager, they're the ones who like go over time frames and how long things should take, how long each deliverable should take to be completed, and then they're surprised that it's taking that amount of time and not being done earlier. So mate, should not be surprised. As per my last email. Lurk mode. Time for the meeting. No worries, hippie. Enjoy the meeting. In the meantime, we'll create some wonderful retaining walls. And he has to scale. No, the excuse will be is having a discussion with somebody on site, and this is drone footage actually. Yeah, if we do that, this is drone footage, and Hippie's just having a chat with somebody on site for some kind of project. There we go. See, we've thought of it all. Big brain moment. Now, I want to use, if I can find it, this. I've decided to keep my retaining wall / planter designs fairly simple. Before I used to have to flip the French wall and then build decorations on it, but I want to try this new, slightly more lazy way to do it. Which I feel like is actually more efficient. Down just a tad. There we go. That just looks like a flat bit of grass there. Ad break is starting. Ooh. Okay, well then, if that's all grass, you move that back here. Very nice. I feel like maybe I should have like arched the railways a little bit because it's super straight. How often is a railway line super straight? It's always got like a slight curve to it. Very often? I guess maybe in Finland they're more straight and flat, but Sydney is very hilly, so it's very rare actually to find a railway line that goes in a straight line for a long stretch. It's always got little bends and twists to it. What can I put in this void here? Arc around. It's rare mountain areas, but everything else is very common. Yeah. Yeah, I guess Finland, comparatively to like the urban areas in Australia, probably very. Yeah, yeah, true, true. I think that there's a railway line that goes from like Darwin in the Northern Territory down like north south down to Adelaide, and I think it's like so straight that you can sort of see the curvature of the Earth, like it disappears over the horizon, the railway line. I think everything does out there because it is super flat. When you get that far out. Away from civilization. Off in Whoop Whoop. Try and add a little bit of decoration to this highway. H. This might even make just building retaining walls. I could use the side decoration. It's no big deal. Don't even need to use the French wall. Probably still do, but not as heavily. Not as reliant. So we can make like the reinforced buttress for the elevated parts. So we might even continue this pattern along here. To help sort of give the impression that this is all reinforced. And now, this is the truly most important part. Can we put graffiti on the sides of these planters? Okay, some of them we can. Put Dava here. We love Dava! Is it different graffiti that we can put out here? Oh, that's huge. I didn't realize. Oh, these are all massive. Well, even that's huge. Jesus Christ. Okay. So we can put a few things out here. Can we fit Clovis in? Kind of. Hell yeah. Have this guy kind of peeping over. Okay, well that's good to know. I think we put too much graffiti. We have a few spaces. Yeah. It's not just a giant wall, there's lots of clusters of graffiti. And then we'll do a little bit of landscaping. Like that. Hey, pork chop. Little surprised to see a chief Discord notification at this hour. Very late, man. Very, very late. It's almost time for Betty Boys. Time for sleep. Do we want this little curved thing? Oh yeah, that looks kind of cool. It's not bad, it's pretty good. Very elegant. Put a rock here too, why not? A little bit of natural landscape and making its way through, huh? Wonderful. Schlip schlop. Schlip schlop schlap. And then we can put like garbage all along here as well. There we go. So this is the proof of concept over here. But we definitely need more graffiti. I think along this edge here, we'll just add like garbage and stuff. But maybe here where we have a bit more green space, we can add in more of this sort of design. Remember to try the new cliffs? Yeah! I put this in, and I love it. From a distance, they look better. As you're driving along. I think the closer you get to them, the more you sort of like see the imperfections. Like it's a very nice prop and asset, but it definitely needs work. As you get closer, you can see the like strange grass overlap. How long do you think it'll take the Cities Skylines 1 race day update? Roadside fence quality of life feature to make its way to CS2. I want them to make a race day Railway Seek pack for Cities 2. I really do. This one's it's a mod. Cliff and Rocks pack by Jurjske. He's made a few assets. I think he made Sydney Harbour Bridge too, but I'm not going to add it in because it's not quite the right proportions. It's like a very skinny Sydney Harbour Bridge, which feels a bit like it gives me the Uncanny Valley vibe. Yes, 24. I make the wisest decisions. But yeah, the cliffs here I think are quite nice. They help like frame the valley. It's probably not supposed to look this way, but and even the texture itself is like, if you get close to it, you can see how like low res it is. Like it's an LOD. Yeah, cause this is a rock asset. And it looks okay. It's like a lot higher poly than these. Even this, the cliff stack. It's not great, but it's not as bad as these cliffs. Because I was making this little quarry thing here. And you can definitely see the difference between like the texture resolution of this versus the cliff. And then this here is the vanilla prop. So this is quite detailed. This looks like shit, and then this looks really bad. But it all fulfills that niche. So I'm like obscuring it with vanilla props and things, so that you don't notice it straight away, but if you look closely, you're like, every single cliff thing has this overlap here. It's a void, so it casts a shadow, so it like sticks out. We'll have to figure out how to... Yeah, it does look like it's the LOD model or something. Something's going on. Not surprised? Hey, how rude. How rude, 24. Oh my god. Banned. But I do like these cliffs because they're very useful for like framing a valley or a space. So I plan on implementing these cliffs along here as well. Along the hillside, just to help like frame this valley. And we'll have them on the hillside here too. Because I think they're neat. They're really large though, just as a heads up. They like occupy a huge amount of space. So I was trying to detail this and I kept there and this, accidentally clicking the cliff props behind. Some oak trees. Yeah, I've sort of like integrated the edges into assets and trees and stuff. So it like hides the edge a bit better. But if you look closely, it still looks a bit funky. Yeah. I'm not sure how massive you want the cliff to be, but you can. If you want it to be monumental, you still can. They work best if it's an actual like steep hill. If it's like a very gentle slope like here, it's a bit awkward. But from a distance that looks really nice. Ooh. As long as it's from a distance. Real tall sea cliffs, yeah. And you can see the Sydney Harbour Bridge off in the distance in the background too. build here actually blends quite well, yeah. Because they have like flat cliffs and then they have sloping cliffs. So I've got like a flat cliff in the middle, and then on either side they slope down a bit to like match the slope of the hill that we're trying to mix it into. I suppose you can use a transform tool to like rotate and spin it however you want it to. But yeah, the creator thought of most instances. Thought of most use cases. That one in there, and then this one. All good there. So it's a fairly complete like little planter thing. Oh, it looks okay too. I don't mind it. Need a new version of Move It. Isn't there like a beta or something that they release as well? I mean, it is a bit like feature lacking, I think is the word. Needs a bit more stuff. OG modded asset, then OG modded asset v2. Yeah. And then there'll be a dependency on some ancient texture, grass texture, that isn't supported anymore, but for some reason the mod maker decided to have that be the dependency. Get the little chopper. There we go. Just a bunch of scribbles as well. It's always good. And a donkey. The Kool-Aid man. I think that's enough graffiti there. Bring that in. Tiny bit of rubble and stuff that's just been pushed to the side over the years. And some garbage to give it that three-dimensional element. much more real. Yeah, the stable version. I feel like there hasn't really been much coming out for the big mods recently. Mr. Modder doesn't mod for game anymore, but I messaged them and they sent me the files. I've jerry-rigged them to make them work with the latest version. And at the moment they do that, everybody downloads it, and then an update comes out, which just breaks it even more. Or it starts interacting weirdly with another mod, and nobody can be bothered to make it work properly. You end up modding more than playing the game. Yeah, a lot of pressure and not much reward for doing it. Okay, imagine poor Cuboid having to deal with a lot of just people that are like, where's me mod update, man? Back in CS1, probably CS2 as well. When update, yeah. The update doesn't work. This version of the mod doesn't work with my very specific and very niche set of hardware and number of mods that I've installed and downloaded. Can you please spend the next like 2 weeks creating a catered response to my request? Oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's terrible. Let me go on a 10-hour rant about why whoever isn't cool. I feel like that was 90% of the Paradox forums when the workshop came out. I just want some of my mods to be taken over by the official devs and mainlined into the base game. Yeah. I'd still ask for a little bit of money, but it wouldn't be like a lot. For the some recompense for the hassle of making it and then dealing with the people online. Hazard pay or something. That's alright. Maybe this tree shouldn't be here though. Yeah. There's not enough real estate for a big tall tree. Time to time invite the community to Scandinavia, feel less guilty. Yeah. I would like to be on the... They lift you up on the crane and you all play City Skylines. That'd be pretty fun. But then I have to play vanilla. Oh my god. I don't know if I can do that. I can't do it. I simply can't. Yeah, I know they did that for like hyping up the game for release and stuff. Well, I'm glad that it's being like actively worked on. Even if the mods break, that's fine. That's why I like limit the code mods that I subscribe to. Because you can chop and change assets whenever you want, but the code mods are a bit of a hassle when they stop being supported. Okay. A wee little experiment. Oh, looks nice. From the highway it looks fine too. I think we found a design solution for our stretch of highway. Yeah, I feel like when you have a city builder that you've sort of spent like close to 10 years actively developing and adding content to, and then when you release the next game and it's got like half of it, I think that's sort of like a very difficult business case. Like Cities 2 definitely looks a lot better. And the road tools are very robust, but it's like it's hard to justify buying it when CS1 has all of the stuff already. Yeah. A very rough start. A very, very rough start. It is 24. I'm feeling my brain turn off. And I got work tomorrow too. Shit. Anybody was never on to begin with. I haven't had coffee this evening, so the fatigue is just... It's too much, man. It's too much. My brain. I'm too busy taking meetings offline and circling back. Oh, poor me. Can't live without Magnaria. Can't live without. That's a good one. That's a good one, 24. Got one of those brains coffee doesn't work on. You're missing out, Porkchop. You're missing out, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you very much. I'll catch you guys on the next one. We should actually have... should be live tomorrow, so I will catch yous on the next one. No raid? CBF today. I'm just gonna immediately go to bed. But yeah, see you guys. Cheers. I'll catch yous on the next one. Right. See yous. Love yous. Cheers, 24. Ciao, ciao.